Well, I certainly didn't know it going in. It's been 9 or 10 years now, so I had no idea that I'd be doing a spin-off, much less doing a spin-off with, Laura and Maggie. I don't think that would have ever made sense to me. I don't know that it still makes sense to me how the two of us have ended up together on this journey. But I think initially, I was just happy to be part of the show for a couple seasons. I think when I first talked to Scott, he was like, it was like 2 or 3, I need you to, commit to like 2 or 3 seasons. And if you would have told me then that I'd still be here, I never, ever would have believed it. But I've had that much fun. And I think that there's been such a great journey that Negan's got to go on emotionally. I will continue to play it as long as Scott's, writing it. We spend a lot of time talking about everything. That's whether it's story or casting or what the one sheet's going to look like. It's a lot of calls, not just with Scott, but with AMC. And then for me, I think the most I can do is then show up at work and try to set a good example, not just for cast, but for crew as well. Because, this is a hard show. And it always has been. It's kind of been notorious. Before I even joined the show, I heard stories about how hard it was. It's physically a lot. For me, it's a lot of mental. I'm very dyslexic, and Negan loves to talk, as we know. So that's always been a challenge, just trying to keep up with that. And I'm approaching 60 years old, and I did not think that I would still be battling the undead and the alive still at this point. It does, it keeps you young in some ways. There have been years of talking about Negan's redemption. That being said, I always will say that Negan remains Negan. I don't know that he was necessarily the worst guy in the world when we first met him. It's just that we met him under such extreme circumstances that it's hard to come back from that. But I think as time has gone, the years have passed, we have seen other sides of Negan, and we've seen him even save Maggie numerous times, and Herschel, and lots of other people. But, when push comes to shove, and you need the real Negan to come out, or the original Negan to come out, I guess, he will. I can't believe it was 20 years ago. It seems like a lifetime ago now. But I mean, that show got the ball rolling in my, that happened much later. I was a very late bloomer, I think. I was like the king of doing a pilot and never having it picked up, or movies that nobody saw. And suddenly this show and this character came around, and it changed my life. And like Zack Snyder was a fan of Grey's Anatomy and cast me in Watchmen because of Denny Duquette. And it just has continued, and I've been very blessed. But there's not a day I don't wake up and thank you, Shonda, for that opportunity.